You are actively giving yourself a worse chance to win your Counter-Strike 2 matches, and you might not even realize it. Today, I'm going to give you a lot of different things that are actively making it harder for you to win inside of this game. This is not going to be a video that says aim better, move better. No, this is going to be a video that really dives into some of the bigger macro issues that are genuinely holding you back that nobody else is really talking about. I'm going to give you my experience as a player with 15,000 hours competing internationally, playing in tournaments all across the world, being an FPL, and things that do work, things that don't work. We're going to make sure that you understand the solution to all of your problems. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it, guys. The first thing that you need to do that I've talked about a lot on this channel is you have to have the ability to stop being toxic to your teammates. I'm not going to sit here and tell you don't rage, don't do all these things. While I hope that, you know, we can improve on that and eventually make it so that we don't feel the need to rage anymore, get super angry, all these things, it's going to happen. Counter-Strike is a very aggressive game. It's a very hard game to grow, and it's generally going to be toxic. You're going to have players that are so rude, they're awful, they yell at you, they do all these things, blah, blah, whatever. Who cares? You can only control you. So when we get into these games and our teammate trolls us, or we start, you know, having a toxic teammate, sitting there and just yelling at them and screaming and engaging in this, what is it doing? It is only hurting you because you are more likely to lose the game now. You're arguing with your teammates, you're yelling, you're being obnoxious, all these things. How is that helping you grow? How is that helping you get better? And then it's funny because then after the game, you get to sit there and justify and go, oh, well, we lost the game because, like, dude, that guy was just so toxic. You know, there's nothing we could do. Nothing we could do, guys. We always can play better. We can always, you know, manage this type of toxicity. So active tips to actually help with this. I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's fine. Feel the frustration, feel the anger, but let it out to yourself. Nobody's making you press your talk button and sit there and say, you suck at the game. What are you doing? Right? Say that to yourself. Be like, bro, what is this guy doing? Right? And then reset. Every new round that you play is an opportunity to do better, to forget about the last round and move on and focus on the future. So stop worrying about what your teammates are doing and yelling at them and saying all this stuff, and start actively making a plan for the next round, and stop with the toxicity towards others for no reason. It's horrible, and it's just a never-ending cycle that is just going to sit there and allow you to justify why you're not at the rank you're at. You deserve where you are. So before I tell you the rest of the tips that are really going to help you out and help you grow no matter where you are, I have to give you a message about how to get the best looking Counter-Strike 2 skins in the game for the cheapest price. The sponsor of today's video is SkinsMonkey, an automated CS2 trading site with a 35% deposit bonus and a free $5 for one $100 trade. They offer an instant way to get new skins, 24/7 live chat support, and multiple skins in their inventory with so many great filters to get exactly what you like. Right now, they are doing a Christmas event and they are giving out a free gift to everyone. You can get a completely free CS skin, up to 50% deposit bonus, or a free balance to use on the site. The first gift is absolutely free, and you can earn more and more gifts depending on how much you trade on their site. In addition, they are also running an advent calendar. This is your chance to be entered in raffle tickets, get deposit bonus and XP on the site. There's just so much good stuff out there for everybody. Please celebrate the holiday season by using our partner SkinsMonkey. All right, guys, thanks for listening to the sponsor. So the next thing that we need to do in order to actively get better, and something that we are doing that is hurting us so bad, guys, is we are just not playing as active as we should be. I'm going to briefly talk about this because I made videos recently explaining this. But guys, so many of us are just putting ourselves in a corner, and that's where we're playing the entire round. And at a higher level, we're just like outplaying ourselves, and we're putting ourselves in such a passive spot that we're making it impossible for us to have impact. Uppers especially, but also riflers, get yourself into an active early position early in the round, right? Get yourself somewhere active early. Boom, we take that shot, and then we fall into our passive spot. Too many of you guys are giving yourself no chance to win the game because you're constantly playing behind everything. You're a window player that just sits here and gets smoked off, and you're just hoping that you get a kill through the spam. You're hoping that something is given to you instead of ever fighting out mid, playing aggressive, doing these things. So you suck, right? Like, you suck because, like, you're constantly playing to what the other team wants you to do. Same thing with a con player, guys. If they're smoking off in con, who cares? Like, don't be the guy that just sits here and spams the top of the con smoke every single round or runs away. Be the guy that, you know, plays con, throws his own smoke, sits out here, harasses them, slips into underpass, does all these things. You're hurting yourself by just putting yourself in a corner and putting yourself in a box, guys. I see it time and time again. I'll bring it up until this channel is dead because of how important it is. Be active in this game. Now, the next thing that you need to do in order to improve, this is something a lot of high level players are great at, but you guys at the lower levels and mid level and even the level 10s watching this video, I see you up there. We're not reading our radar. So many players, when I coach them on my second channel and I try to help them, subscribe by the way over there, they don't look at the radar. I'll say, why are you still jump spotting B? We saw, we should have seen the last 3 guys in the round on A. Why are you still sitting here jump spotting? And they're like, well, I didn't know, right? So you're actively hurting yourself by not understanding your radar. And also, guys, I see a lot of people that have their default radar super zoomed in, like you can see up here. They have it so super zoomed in from the beginning, and you're not able to get info off the radar. And you say, so then again, it allows you to justify it and be like, oh, I didn't know because my teammates aren't calming. You should be able to play this game, honestly, without comms. It's not optimal. You're not wanting that to happen, right? But you as an individual, when you're solo queuing and playing this game, if you're not sufficient on your own, and radar is a huge part of that, then like, how are you expecting to get better? You should be able to glance at your radar and understand like, okay, boom, I see this going on the other side of the map, plus with whatever comms we get and my intuition, boom, now I know I can rotate because the last 3 guys are there. I've seen it time and time again where it's like, dude, like go, you know what I mean? Like, go do your thing. And we're not actually actively, rotating. And those milliseconds, those seconds matter so much in this game. Whether it's you're rotating in with a flash, you're trading, doing that, it's so important. So speaking of rotating in with a flash, one thing that you are not doing that is actively losing you matches is you are not throwing supporting util, especially in retakes, guys. And retakes as a CT, but also as a supplement to your T side XX and just like the space you're taking. If I'm rotating into A site here and my teammates are on site, if a guy's triple or something, I might come through here and throw an NA flash, right? Throw an NA flash above him, right? I might yeet something up here to try to blind people that are rushing him down, and hopefully he's throwing a defensive smoke to do this. Boom, they eat that. Even if they're blind for just a second, it's so good. If I see my teammates are ticket, I might come through here and throw a flash behind them for ticket, or I might throw a flash, if my teammates are under balk and I rotate in time, I might flash over balk in front of them and be like, yo bro, flashing, right? But throwing these flashes to supplement them and make sure that they have a better chance to get kills is why you're not succeeding, because you're not doing it, right? So many players are not actively rotating in and flashing. They're not actively throwing these things. You don't have to ask people for these. You just look at the radar, again, from our last tip, and you throw it and say, flashing, pop, boom, easy. Now the T's are struggling to run in. And guys, as T's, we're also doing this wrong. We see our teammates running in somewhere and we're not throwing flashes. One place I will say people do pretty well on this is B apps. But like, think about B apps. Your teammates are running out. Of course, we're going to throw some flashes over top for them because it's not going to blind them and they're going to be able to run out. Same thing with A here. Naturally, if you see your teammates running on the site, taking the space, if they say they're taking CT or whatever they're doing, you can literally just be like, yo, flashing behind you. Boom, we're flashing behind as they're running in here to take the space. They don't gotta think about it. They don't gotta turn. They don't gotta do anything. You just throw the flash. You say flashing behind you. Boom. They get to fight all of these guys that are gonna be chilling here. And even like that, even if the flash doesn't get them, at least it's gonna make them like, boom, flash a little bit, right? A little bit of chaos. It is gonna blind people like here. But guys, you gotta understand, sometimes the flash doesn't even have to full white them. That little bit, that little pressure can be everything at times. I mean, you guys have seen it. How many times have you been trying to focus and a flash barely clips you, and it's so hard for you to actually do something with it? So it's something that a lot of players are struggling with and not optimizing as well as they should be. Now, another thing that kind of ties into all of this, everything is going to tie into each other, is, guys, specifically on T side, we are not understanding when we should be taking space. Say you're the B apps player here, right? Say you're in B apps, you're working through apps here, right? And you get a kill on the guy that was getting aggressive. But at the same time, you hear the guy swing cat, you're saying, yo, there's one swinging cat. They killed the guy on cat. What is this telling us? We killed the B player, the cat player's dead. As long as we don't have bomb, and if we do drop it, take this space, right? And you don't always have to have your knife out. That's going to be a read if you need to have your knife out or not. But take the space that is given to you, right? So many times we don't take space that is right in front of us, and then we end up just losing the advantage. We might get this kill, the guy dies cat, and we're boom, we get the kill. Okay, I'm trying to play safe, right? In your head, you're like, I'm playing safe. This is the good thing to do, Kojo. I'm playing safe. But by the time you actually get your stuff together, you flash, whatever, and you're peeking here, boom, you're dead to an op in market. Because why? Because you took 9 business days to get out B. Take the space in front of you. If you're playing Inferno and you get 2 kills on Banana, as a team, run up B and take that space. You know, obviously be careful. There could be a 3B start, and that's where intuition, like, of course, comes into play. But in general, take that space, especially in pugs, because usually there's not really a trick to it. There's no strings attached. Now in Team CS, yes, sometimes they can be tricky, and, you know, there could be a guy hiding somewhere, baiting, waiting for that. But, you know, use your head, use your head. But we're not doing it right. But yeah, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. You got a few tips and pointers. A lot of this stuff, you know, people really aren't talking that much about on YouTube. And I love to get this fresh perspective and a unique take on all of these little tips and guides. So if you really want to support me and you watch to the end of this video, it means you love Counter-Strike, you want to get better. Please subscribe to both my channels up on the screen right now. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Fill out the form below if you want coaching. Peace out.